your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man series that's not connected in any way to the MCU, even though it makes a whole bunch of references here and there, and it tweaks the story here and there of certain MCU live action scenes into this to make things work. And again, guys, I'm telling you right now, not a big fan of the way it looked. I'm like, okay, here they go. They're trying to make a comic book come to life on screen and make it look cool. They took a whole bunch of your characters out, like, like say Mary Jane or Flash Thompson, and they replaced them with newbies. Okay? Then they, in the second episode, they gender swap one character, Dr. Connors, which they made from a man to a female, which I'm like, are you serious, guys? Is this the direction we're going to be doing? Let's just change genders for people and just go with it. But since it wasn't a part of the, the normal Marvel universe, I'm like, you know what? Anything goes, Harry Osborn, his love interest, whatever. I didn't care. May was in this thing, The one twist that I'm talking about that I'm referring in the end of episode number 1, because you get introduced to Peter. He lives in a rough neighborhood with his aunt and whatever. He's trying to get to school. She drives him, whatever. And right off the bat, we get a Doctor Strange showing up with the portal with this Venom-looking creature fighting the crap out of everybody. Right as his school, as he's talking to this new girl or whatever the hell, which he knows since it seems like a kid, that he has a thing for his babysitter. I'm like, really? But anyways, he ends up fighting, and then you can see this is how you become Spider-Man. A little thing comes through the portal, gets cut off, bites him. He gets his powers, and then next thing you know, it picks up 2-3 months later or something, weeks later or months later, and he's Spider-Man. He has his little outfit there that kind of looks like from Homecoming, Throws you off because you're expecting Tom Holland to talk, but it's not. It's a different voice actor. None of the actors are who they are. Doctor Strange is even different, but you know who they are. You can kind of get the gist. We get introduced to the babysitter and her boyfriend. He lives in another part of town and all this rough neighborhood. The scene that I'm talking about, guys, I'm jumping all over the place, is when he goes back home after a long day of school, and who's sitting on the couch? His Aunt May and a particular somebody. And we're thinking, okay, it's Tony Stark. My mind straight goes to that. Nope, it's Norman Osborn. So he throws you. So basically, Norman Osborn, at the end of the first episode, offers him a job because he saw that he's smart. He can come intern at his place and develop into whatever he wants him to develop, whatever. He wants to see who he is. So that's what happens. You get introduced to Norman Osborn, a big fight with Doctor Strange. He gets his powers, he gets bit. That's the end of the first episode. I'm like, okay, you know what? The beginning is pretty cool because it has the 1960 Spider-Man theme song remixed into kind of like a hip-hop thing, and it works its way out. It took me maybe a good 10 minutes or half of the episode to kind of get used to the way it was shot, which I was kind of like okay with it. Still not pleased with the way the animation is, but it didn't bother me because what I was watching on there was pretty cool. You could still see that this is kind of like more focused to, I would say, 10 to maybe 13-year-olds, guys, to tell you the truth, okay? It's based on what they do, and they're kind of like little stuff to do every day compared to what we do, okay? With, Spider-Man characters mixed with some new ones and whatever. That's fine, whatever, okay? Second episode is where you kind of got me really kind of interested to come back and watch episode 3. And then I'll talk about the release schedule later. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff hit down. You got introduced to Dr. Connors, where he meets there. These other scientist guys that were doing different experiments. You got Osborn doing his little wheeling and dealing on the side. Off screen, you got him trying to fight different people, stop people, whatever the hell. And the big cliffhanger at the end, which I think it's too soon, is Peter gets called up by Norman Osborn to his office, and he kind of turns around the laptop and he goes, "So you're the Spider-Man?" Boom, cut, done. That's where it leaves it off. So now you're wondering, where the hell is this going to go? Is Norman going to try and mentor him to be kind of like a superhero, like how Iron Man did? Is that what they're going to try and do? Or is he going to slowly manipulate Peter to give his secrets so that he can create something to become the Green Goblin or something, So I don't know. I don't know where the things are going to go, but that kind of got me going. And the release schedule, like I said, it's 2 episodes. It was this week. And then I believe it's 3 episodes, and then 2 the final week. So we're going to be getting new episodes for the next month and a half, I would say. So maybe a total of, what is it, 10 or 11 episodes, I think, the way it works out. I don't know. You guys can do the math. King doesn't know how to act properly, especially when he's talking about cartoon stuff, okay? But, you know, you got new characters like Nico, Lamy or Larny. I can't even pronounce half the stuff here. Norman, you got Doctor Strange, and you got Pearl. Like I said, these new characters, like you're like, oh no, they're gonna mess this up. They're gonna change characters, call them something different or whatever. I was really going, what the hell are they doing? But then I was kind of like pleasantly surprised that, hey, they did what they did, and I'm happy with it. So, anyways, guys, that's my official Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episode 1 and 2 review. Check out all our other videos, our clips.